Oh my gosh. Oh, there we go. Hi guys, Darkovika here. This is going to be slightly different. This is going to be kind of podcasty. I'm going to take my glasses off for this one because my goodness, those are highly reflective. This is going to be slightly different in oh god, now I can't see straight. In series because this is going to be a very specifically long video. Like the idea behind this is supposed to be very long. It's sort of like a podcast type thing. I just wanted to sit down and kind of talk about my life and my problems, mainly because that's a healthy thing to do. And you should always share your life, share your difficulties, share your problems with people who care, people who don't care. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. It's YouTube. I'm going to run into both. And you guys are family. And I want to keep you clued in on my life. And I want to keep you clued in on my accomplishments and things that are causing me, stress. Just because it's a healthy thing to do. And it keeps it off my shoulders. I want the same from you guys, though. Below in the comments, I want you guys to share your problems. And I'm absolutely 100% totally happy to talk to you guys about your problems and talk you through things that are causing you stress. Maybe you had a rough breakup. Maybe you're having a rough relationship. You have problems in your life. I love to talk to people, and I love to help people in every way that you can, because first and foremost, ever since I was a little girl, I always used to tell my mom, I know why I exist. I know the reason of my existence. I know why I was born, what I was created for. Hearing that from a 3-year-old, it's actually along the lines of, I know why I am. My mom's like, what? And I'm just like, I'm going to make people happy. I like smiles. Yay! Then I got older and I got a little more articulate. And that was, I know I exist because I love to see the people around me happy. And throughout life, that I've had a lot of problems with that understanding, because obviously you try and make everyone happy and you can't. It's impossible. And I've grown to understand that. But if I can make the people that I'm aiming for happy, if there are particular people that I am talking to specifically, and I have a chance to make them happy, if I succeed, that is absolutely wonderful. And, the reason I exist has suddenly been met and clarified, and it just fills me with a sense of accomplishment and happiness. If I can't, then that's okay too. I've grown to accept that there are failures, there are successes. I guess I'm a little bit like Cole from Dragon Age Inquisition. I love Cole. That's my baby. I love Cole. It's my favorite character. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Cole is my baby. I almost killed Vivian when she was like, for those of you who've played Dragon Age Inquisition and know what I'm talking about, Vivian was like, get that thing out of here. It's a demon. And I was like, if you talk bad about my baby Cole, I will murder you in your sleep. I don't care how helpful you are in my party. You attack Cole, you dead. But that's how strongly. It's the only reason I love the game is Cole. That's it. His character design is literally my life. Anyways, long story short, this is going to be a long video, so tangents at this point are welcome, and I'm okay with it. It's very podcasty, I suppose. Right now, I have so much going on in my life. I took on a lot, and it's very scary, and I know I took on a lot, and I guess talking about it is going to help me really feel my way through it. At the same time, though, this has to be one of the best times of my life up to date. There's so much going on in my life that I'm so thankful for and so excited about. And I'm going to talk about the positives first so that people watching this know that I'm not complaining, I guess. I'm not complaining in the least, and I don't want any of these responsibilities taken from me. I love them 100%, and I'm so happy with the choices that I've made. But that doesn't make them any less hard, I suppose, if that makes sense. I just want to get them off my chest, I suppose. I have such great, not moments. I have the opportunity for so many, I can't think of the word. I have these great things in my life that most people wouldn't have, and I'm so thankful for them. I just want to get that out there so people are like, man, look at you complaining. Man, I don't have that. And I'm like, I understand. But look, I have problems too, okay? Just shush, don't be mean to me. Okay. Say that like that's going to make a difference. People are going to be mean anyways. Not on this channel, actually. Everyone's so wonderful. And that's one of the first things that I want to talk about is just how freaking blessed I am with how you guys are. And that's like, you have the opportunity to be absolute dicks to me, like to be absolute jerk faces, and none of you are. At 1,900 subscribers, I've only gotten like one troll, and I responded badly to that troll. I will admit this, you guys can't find the troll comments because my YouTube channel is great and it recognized all of his spam as spam and just automatically made them all invisible. So, it's my channel at its finest. People complain about YouTube, but it really has become a wonderful thing. The comments are a mess. They are. But I mean, it's come such a long way from what it was a long time ago. It is actually a better place for content creators, for people who are doing this as a profession. It is better than what it used to be. It never originally was meant for this. And I think Google saw what was coming and is trying to accommodate the fact that this is becoming an entertainment business, an entertainment industry almost. And I recognize that. And I do see now that YouTube is actually a good place. It is becoming a thing that is good. Obviously, it's rough, but there's growing pains. It's trying to become something that doesn't exist. And so there's nothing for it to hold itself up to. There's no goals to meet. They're basically setting their own goals and saying, look, we need this. I don't know how to implement it and I don't know how to do it, but like, we need it and it's there. And that's great. And I think it's coming. It's coming. It's not there, but it's coming. And I respect that and I understand it. Right now, I mean, like, in that line, you guys are absolutely amazing. And I look at Jacksepticeye and I see that he's actually trying his hardest to keep his community sane and wonderful. I mean, Markiplier at this point, I think, is fighting a losing battle, and eventually his comments are going to be turned off. His community is trying. But right now, especially, his community is just very violent and very angry and just all over the place. The Game Grumps community is off in outer space with its psychosis. It's just... I honestly think the Game Grumps community is exactly what it was meant to be. The more I watch Game Grumps, the more I look at Aaron and I think, this man is a professional troll. This man knows exactly what he's doing. And, like, his community, their community is just off the wall psychotic, but I think they thrive with that kind of community. And it's interesting to see the different communities. Jack's community is very kind, very helpful in its entirety. Everyone responds to each other kindly. Like, if you see someone going, why do people call him Sean? You don't see people going, God, why don't you just Google it? God. People actually helpfully respond to these newcomers. They say, well, it's because his real name is Sean, but his channel's name is Jacksepticeye because Jack was a nickname for him. And it's really cool to see people like that. And I love that you guys are staying much the same. I don't see a whole lot of communication between you guys. It's mostly you post a comment, I respond, and there's a conversation between us, which I love. I love being able to talk to you guys. I would also love to see you guys kind of talk together and start to really become a family, because right now it's kind of like everyone's that third cousin on opposite ends of the family. So it's coming, and I absolutely love what the community is right now because everyone posts such opinionated comments, and I love having an opinionated community. I want to see your opinions. I know the internet is usually not such a friendly place for opinions, but I'd love to change that. I'd love to have a community that has opinions and is welcomed for their opinions. I want to see debate, not arguments, debate. It's different. I want to see you guys grow and start to enrich the internet, I guess. I know that's a lot to hope for, especially with the internet, but I've begun to notice people like to elevate things to impossibly godlike standards, like change the internet. You can't change the internet. Why? I know it's hard and it seems unobtainable, but there's nothing in life that's truly impossible. It starts with one person. One person has to want to make a difference. One person has to really want to change things. And the more they try, the more it starts to act like a domino effect, and everything around them will start to change. And that's what I truly believe. If we really want it, we can have a wonderful community. If we really want it, we can change the way people think. And that's really optimistic and really hopeful, but I feel like if you don't have optimistic and hopeful dreams, then what's the point of living? You're supposed to be hopeful. You're supposed to be optimistic and have these unobtainable dreams so that when you do obtain them, people look at you with respect and they think, whoa, that's amazing. And even if you don't obtain them, you've gotten somewhere near there, and people still look at you with respect because, hey, you tried. And that's something nobody else was willing to do. So there you go. There's my goals for the channel. And speaking of the channel, I had the greatest experience the other day. And this is going to be weird talking about it because, I mean, like, they're actually probably going to see this video, which is really interesting. But I found out one of my instructors who worked on Skyrim, and for those of you who don't know, I'm in, my major is video game programming. I am studying to become a video game programmer, so a lot of my insights in the video game, in video games is actually got some backing to it now. But I've really grown in the way I look at video games. Like, I've started to notice, I notice things about my work and about other people's work that I didn't notice before. Like, a while back, I got an F in one of my classes. I only have one F! I'm very proud of this fact. I got an F in that class, and I was really shocked. I really felt that I didn't, back then, I felt that I didn't deserve that F. And if Jonathan Archambault ever sees this, I'm sure I will make him feel loads better, because he hates giving out Fs. He's very adorable in that fact. Yes, I just called Archambault adorable. Johnny's probably sitting there going, oh god, I'm telling him about this. But anyways, Archambault, maybe I shouldn't say names. I don't know. Oh well, no more names. So he gave me an F, and now when I look back on that work, I realize he was right. It was absolutely awful. But back then, I lacked the foresight and the knowledge and the experience to understand why it was awful. As a programmer, I'm used to just kind of looking at things and going, yes, I did it. It succeeds. There is no making it look pretty. It's code. But like when it came to animation, and it was animation that I got an F in. And let me just say, I have realized if there is something that I really do not have an aptitude for, it is animation. I have insane respect for people who animate stuff, especially in the video game industry. It is so time consuming and perfectionist. I will record myself trying to animate something at some point, and you will understand. Animating, especially in video games, is ridiculous. It is so hard. You will get so much flack for it. It is, ugh, I hate it. And I just, but I can't, I'm really not excited to take that class again, because it's gonna be so hard for me to get anything above a C, because I'm absolutely awful at animation. Not just because I refuse to try. I try. I just lack the patience and the knack, I suppose. I can still make good animations. It will just take me twice as long as normal people, because I'm not used to having to really put... No, I don't even want to go down that path. So anyways, I got an F in that class, and I didn't understand back then, because I hit the requirements of the project, but it wasn't good. It wasn't a good animation. It wasn't good at all, to say the least. Like, I looked back on it and I was like, wow, I really deserved that F. Like, I did not do good work at all. And I understand that now. Back then, I was really upset about it. I couldn't understand. I got like straight A's, maybe 1 C, and then all of a sudden there was this F. And I was like, oh my god, what is this? And I realized the way that I was looking at animation was the same way that I looked at everything else. And that was that I was automatically, or at least somewhat good at it, because I'd already had several years behind all of my other talents. And animation was not one of those things. I was really bad at it, and I tried to just throw myself into it and be really good at it right off the bat, and that's not the way it works. I should have practiced at it every day, and I didn't, and I really learned from that experience. Now, also, okay, so what I was talking about before was that my instructor from my class, I'm going to leave names out of this now, I've made that decision, he told me that his family watches my videos, and that totally blew my mind. First of all, I got really self-conscious because I couldn't help thinking, oh my gosh, he's probably looking at me like, why aren't you working on your stuff? And I am. Let me put that out there. Working really hard. Which is the birth of this video, is to kind of just let some stress off my shoulders. My channel is very relaxing for me. It's that part of my life that takes the place of social interaction. You guys are my social interaction, okay? That's my social life right now, is my YouTube channel and my boyfriend, and that's basically it. But like, he told me that his family watches my videos, but like, just to see the joy coming from my instructor and him telling me that his family enjoyed it. It's great to see you guys enjoy it, but when someone that I respect and that I look up to and whose opinion I value very highly comes to me and tells me that my content was not only entertaining, but that his wife was watching my videos, his son is subscribed to me, he's subscribed to me, that really just made this, I don't know, it seemed more real to me, my channel. And it suddenly became more precious too, and I wanted to put more effort into it, which is insane because I'm already just way overloading myself, but we'll get to that. And it was such an amazing feeling to have him tell me, oh, and she was watching your Skyrim videos, and it was like, really? Thank you. I almost cried. He's gonna watch this, maybe just laugh at me, but I almost cried. Like, I was straight up like, you like me? You really like me? That's a reference. But like, they really like me. Should hold the Oscar. Wait, I have one. They really like me. No, I'm just kidding. That's terrible jokes. Terrible jokes abound. It was just a really amazing experience and just totally lifted a great deal of doubt. Because there's so much doubt in everything I do. I doubt. There's so much doubt under the surface of everything, and fear, and what if I'm wasting my time? But then, that's another thing that I've slowly realized is like, with you guys, I slowly realized what big YouTubers talk about. And like, a lot of the times they say this, and everyone just kind of scoffs at them when they're like, I really miss being a small channel and being able to talk to everyone. And you kind of look at them like, you make big bucks. You are famous, you are popular, what do you have to complain about? And I didn't really used to think this, but I used to read comments like that, like, why are you complaining? You have nothing to complain about. Or they would even say it. I know you guys are probably like, you don't have anything to complain about, and you're saying you miss not making money off of this, and blah blah blah. And I understand what they mean. I'm not big, I'm small, but I understand the beauty of being a small channel, and that's that I get to talk to you guys. I have friends on my Steam channel that message me every time I log on to Steam, and it's absolutely beautiful. Kane, who used to be JPHD, several people that I'm close to. Halia, Cherry Lee, I've made so many friends, and I know you guys by name. It's hard because your names are strange, and you guys probably think I'm a jerk, because sometimes I forget, like, names and stuff and who's who, but I know you guys, and I love talking to you. Signing onto Steam and receiving messages from you guys is just absolutely beautiful, and I want to, like, collaborate with every one of you, but, like, it's really hard to make time. I record once a week on Saturdays, and that's it. All of my videos are recorded on Saturdays, except for this one. I decided to take a quick break and just record a video talking, because I really needed to let off some steam. And, like, it was really insane. It was really cool. All of this. I love that I get to talk to you guys, and I'm really starting to appreciate that. The further I go, and I'm starting to see new names, and it's really cool. And like, whoa, who is this person? They're contributing to the video. I'm so excited. Hi, I want to talk to you. And it's really fun. And the more I look at Markiplier's videos and PewDiePie's videos, it's like, when I look at the well, not PewDiePie's anymore, he turned off comments, but when I look at the comment section for Markiplier's videos, it's just like, oh, I understand. None of these people, their names aren't familiar to me, except for sometimes I see Halia and sometimes I see Cherry Lee, and I'm like, I know you people! But like, I look at the comment section and it does feel very lonely. It feels like you're lost in a sea of just nameless people who you can't remember because you'll likely never see their name again. Or their comment. And then people that you do see, like there's this one girl who has a YouTube channel and she'll like post and people rag on her. It's like crazy. You see her name a lot on YouTube channels, but she gets so much hate. It's insane. But anyways, I don't know why. I mean, there's some theories there, but I don't want to touch on that. I don't want to go near that with a 10-foot pole. So, there's that. I received that greatest, I mean, like, that was, like, the highest compliment. I don't think he even realized how much it meant to me to hear that his family watched my videos and that they're subscribed to me, and it's absolutely insane to me to think that my instructor might even approve of my YouTube channel. Someone in the industry. I mean, that was always a really big fear of mine, is that I would make it to the industry and that they would look at me kind of like, you make YouTube content? Like, you record yourself playing video games and commentary, we look down on those people. I don't respect you. And that was like a really big fear of mine, that I would make it to the industry and people would like have that mentality. Because sometimes I look at it from inside the industry and I understand why they might not like content creators. And that kind of duality in my mind, again, created a layer of fear and doubt. And so to have that kind of respect or even acceptance from my instructor who was in the industry for a very long time really just melted so many insecurities and fear and doubt. And it really just made my life just to have that respect from someone that I greatly respect. And now the next part of my life, like I said, this is going to be very podcasty. I'm just sharing my life with you guys. And of course, again, I want to hear everything from you guys. I want to hear your life. I want to hear your life story. Please post below. I love to hear about you guys. In my new quarter, I have a bunch of cool classes. I have 3D character rigging, which I actually might explain to you guys because I realized not a lot of people actually understand that characters are not immediately animatable. Like, it's literally just a mesh. It's a thing. It's unmovable. You move it, you break it. So, like, I want to try and... I don't want to share too many secrets of the industry because I know people in the industry would probably kill me for that. But I feel like people don't understand the amount of work that goes into making a video game. Like, rigging something is an absolute nightmare. Rigging is when you give a mesh a skeleton and make it so that it actually can be alive. Rigging is giving something the possibility to have a soul and an attitude and a character. Without rigging, it's literally just something that stands there. I'm sure you guys have seen videos. It's in the T-pose. It's not animated, and it just slides forward. I mean, like, obviously, that's laughable. It's not even scary or fun. Like, it's just... someone who didn't go that extra mile and created a video game where something's still in the T-pose. There's a reason it's in the T-pose. It doesn't have a skeleton. Nobody created a skeleton for that thing. So, like, it can't be animated. Animated, yes. Anyways, so there's that class. That is absolutely terrifying. I'm trying to rig an alien from the Alien movies, and I think maybe I may have bit off more than I can chew. Possibly. But anyways, that's a thing. The next class that I have is Programming for Shaders 2, and that's on Saturdays. That class is kind of relaxed. I understand shaders. Programming for shaders is not that big a thing. I might show you guys how that works. Share some of my work with you guys so that work also kind of bleeds into this and I can study and practice and do YouTube at the same time. And then there's also my advanced level design class. This class is, in my mind, set at the top of the list for what's important this quarter. Like, in importance of class level rating thing. It was an optional class, but I decided to take it because of the type of class that it is, and it sets you in a realistic industry setting. So we have 3 teams, and the programming team is led by me. I'm the programming team lead for this project that we're doing that I can't actually give you any details on. I'm very much, you're not going to know what project we're working on. It'd be really cool if when it's done, I can showcase it to you guys, but until then, I can't tell you guys about any of the actual projects I'm working on, except that I'm working on projects. That's literally it. Think of it like an NDA. It's also kind of like practice for me too. Nope, you get nothing. If you do see any of like anything that's might be for the project, it's going to be things that aren't from the project. It's just going to be me practicing like blueprinting from UE4, working on things that would be necessary in any game, like inventory systems, UI, GUI, AI. It's just crazy. So, basically, I'm leading the programming team, and I love having that responsibility. The fact that people look up to me, and I was voted, and no one stepped forward to run against me for programming team lead. Like, it was very much a democracy. People voted for someone, and then the people who were voted for team lead had to leave. And it was really funny, too, because when we were outside, me and the other possible team leads for design and art, we all stood out there, and they all looked at each other, and they were like, all right, whoever wins, no hard feelings, let's all shake on it. And I, like, walked forward to, like, shake with them, and they were like, you don't have anyone running against you. You don't need to shake. And I was like, but I want to be part of this. I want to shake. And they were like, whatever, okay, fine. It's really funny. And it was one of the most amazing moments of my life. It really just lifted my, not my ego, but it just gave me such a confidence boost, because like to see people believe in me really made me want to work even harder to uphold myself to that, which is a scary thing. You want to be aware when you get that feeling, because you might dig yourself into a hole. I have done it before. I have felt myself do that, and I'm like really trying to rein myself in, because the hard part is, as a team leader, I have to make sure that my team always has assignments. Every week they need to have something that they're working on. I need to make sure that they're not just sitting on their thumbs, like twiddling their fingers. And like, it's great to tell them to work on like tutorials when we don't have immediate assignments. But like, when you give people tutorials, they don't really do them. I've learned this. Fortunately, my team has been absolutely amazing so far. Like, they're really working hard, and I'm proud of every single one of them. Again, no names. This is a no-name fest, in case they ever see this too. And it's like, the scary part is, even I can see it in the other leads too. It's that bubbling layer of stress, making sure that when you give them an assignment, they aren't ignoring it. Because that's the hard part. You give them an assignment, but then they're like, and this hasn't happened for me, but then they're like, yeah, that assignment's kind of important, but I think this is more important, and I'm not going to tell you that instead I'm going to work on this, because my opinion, I'm just going to go do it. And that's scary, because that reflects on your ability to lead. And all of this is literally us in front of an industry professional proving ourselves that we are ready for the industry. Because when it comes down to it, we're going to be relying on these industry professionals to give us, like, recommendations to the industry. We have to prove that not only are we capable of holding ourselves on our own, but that we are able to step up to the bat, that we aren't relying on him, that we are learning, that we're not only that we're learning, but we're ready for the industry. And it's like, it's scary as balls. You don't know the amount of stress that's in there. Again, though, I love this opportunity to test myself like this, to watch myself under this insane load of pressure. And like, I want to see myself succeed. I want to learn from this, because the video game industry is a tense, stressful industry right off the bat. Like, I have to prove that I'm going to be able to hold my own, to continue things like YouTube and still be successful in the industry. If I'm going to have a hobby, I need to be damn good at what I'm doing in order to hold that hobby. So like, it's a proving ground, not just for him, but also for me. I'm standing at the front of the class. Every week I have to give a report on how my teammates are doing, which is kind of scary, because insofar as programming goes, they can tell me what they've achieved. But I mean, like, I have to start collecting their projects, because I want to put them in front of everybody. The hard part about us is that I have to download their projects and keep them in a file so that I can show them to everybody each week. But the computers suck at our school. And also the files are really big. Like, I can't just take the code and showcase that. I have to actually like take the project and open it. What I think I might do is get them all OBS, which is what I use to record, and just have them record their project working just a couple seconds so that I can showcase that, and then showcase their blueprint systems, each section of the blueprint. So that's what I might do. See? That's why I'm doing this. It allows me to talk out my problems and figure out solutions. Already my shoulders feel much better. But anyways, it's a really interesting experience, and I'm absolutely loving every second of it, of working on this project. We're working on making a full-blown level. Not a game, a full-blown level. And that's insane. Not to mention, I'm doing the voice acting for the main character. You guys don't know this, but I absolutely have always wanted to be a voice actor. It is that, like, little secret dream of mine. I, like, turned in a voice acting reel for it and everything. I have it on the channel. It's unlisted. If you guys ever want to see that, I have it, and I can make it public. It's really cool. I took lines from Alien Isolation because the lines there are really emotional, and I chose very specific. There are like several shits that I go through because Ripley, she like says shit a lot, but she says it in a great deal of different ways, and I like analyzing that. Like, just a single word, but each one was specific for an instance of something. When the alien popped down, she was like, shit. Like, really quiet, really tight, trying not to be too loud, but being so scared you can't stop this escape of an expletive because you're so scared. And then there's, like, when something's gone wrong and you're just like, shit! You know, just really loud. It doesn't even matter at this point. Just like, god dang it, you know? So I chose lines from there that kind of gave me a chance to really give emotion in the voice, and it's really fun, and I'm freaking loving it. This chance to show that I'm a voice actor, or I can be. I have to remember that I can. It's like every time though, I'm like, okay, you don't have to run through the line entirely. You can stop, add pauses in the line, breathing like, God, what are you doing? Even if it just says, God, what are you doing? It's like, that's not written in. That, God, what are you doing? You know? You have to kind of like put that in there yourself. And so it's a really cool learning experience for me. And then, so there's that level of stress. I have to constantly be on top of Unreal Engine 4, which is what we're working in, but I've never worked in Unreal Engine 4. So it's really scary to be the team lead and expected to be on the ball, know exactly what's going on. If someone messages you with a problem in their blueprint, which is what UE4 uses, I have to be able to jump in there and look at the blueprint and go, yep, I can see what's wrong, or at least be able to piece it together and figure out what's wrong. And that kind of expectation is really scary, especially because I'm learning it too for the first time. It's not the same as scripting because I have to know all of the... it's just really tense. I have to run through the API again so that I understand all of my options so I know what's going on. Not to mention just like the math side of things. Ooh! That's a muscle right there. Yep, that's a thing. Oh man, and remember when I threw out my back? Oh yeah, that was lovely. But that I can feel that pain. It's still there. The muscle is still twinged. Like if I sit for too long and then I stand up, there's a twinge in my back, and I'm like, I know that feeling. But I kind of have now a way to work through it. I just have to exercise and like limber myself out. I ran this morning, so I was good. But and okay, so there's all that. That's just game industry stuff. Like the expectations that I'm being held up to by an industry professional. And like he told me something that really like swelled my desire to prove myself. He told me that he was really glad that I was made the team lead. And that he said so because he said he knew that I would get my shit done. And that, first and foremost, it really made me feel so amazing to think that I have, at this point, proven myself so worthy and so capable of such praise. And then it stressed me the hell out because I was like, no, I really can't mess up. So, there's that. I'm actually really excited that I talked this through because now I have a way to showcase my what I've done during the week without having to upload the project, because that's uploading those onto the main computer is just going to be balls ineffective. Like, ugh, I don't even want to imagine trying to upload those onto the main teacher computer. But anyways, so there's that. And then there's also, I mean, like, YouTube in and of itself is just like a layer of constants because I have to make sure that my quality is good. I tried uploading videos that weren't edited and I just hated it. I hated every second of those videos. Like, from the fall series, my latest videos, 3, 4, that was with that weird stutter. I was trying to decide between 3 and 4. They were edited, and they were absolutely fantastic. I love them. I love putting chipmunk in my videos. My teacher actually told me that that was their favorite thing about my videos, was all the sped up parts, and I have to say, I completely agree. Especially the part where I was singing Yo-Ho, Yo-Ho in the Stranded Deep video. My favorite part. I want to do a montage soon, but I haven't felt like there's a whole lot of stuff that I want to put in the montage, so I'm waiting for Resident Evil, which is starting next week, or I guess technically this week, because I think this video is going up on Sunday. So tomorrow, oh wait, no, tomorrow of this video's date, Monday, is going to be the last video of the fall, and then Tuesday is when Resident Evil will start. I have to record it this weekend, 4 days worth of it, because Monday will already have been recorded, but it's happening. So for those of you who were like, she put up this video about Resident Evil, how come she hasn't started it? It's because I'm finishing the fall. The Monday's video is the last video. It's the end of the game. Basically, it's like a review video, too, because it was about 5 minutes of gameplay, and then, like, the rest of the video is me just kind of reviewing it. And then, also going on in the background of all of this is... Oh, wait, still in the game industry part, I've started working on a private project with a couple other students. We're making a game, I think, for PC. Originally, we were hoping to make it an Apple product or an Android product, a game, just to have, because most game companies, when you apply for them, they want to see that you have something shipped. Even if it's a free game, they want to see it shipped. So they want to see that you've completed a game. They want to see what you're like on your own, what you've completed. Is it industry standard? Even if you can't model, it should look somewhat professional. So like, and by model, what I mean is, because I forget people don't understand terms, not like modeling. I mean making models in games, character models. So like League of Legends models, that would be considered modeling. Modeling something. You're not actually like, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeVille. Is that what that is? I think I referenced that wrong. Whatever. You get the point. I make old references. But, so, behind all of that, I got a private game working in the corner. No details on that. I have, just things to look forward to. I have another thing I'm working on, which is another side project. Music-wise, see, it's just like everywhere. There's YouTube, games, music. I'm working on a project with a band called Bait, and it's 2 people, and it's kind of like folk guitar kind of thing, but it's really gorgeous music, really amazing, insightful music. Their lyrics are fantastic. I love them. I've played with them on not several live shows. I recorded for them quite a few times because they required violin on some of their tracks, and they just like my violin content, so that works out great for all of us. And I've played with them live as well, because when you have violin on the tracks and then you go play live and there's no violin, it's just kind of like, well. But so we're planning a split album between the 2 of us. So there's Bait, and then there's also Darkovika on the album, because we've since decided that my name for everything is Darkovika. Funnily enough, I'm gonna go on a quick tangent. I found out, so my biggest thing is always whenever people mention me in videos and stuff, they're always like Darkovika, and I'm like, no, it's Darkovika, not Darkovika. It's a Serbian name from Serbia, and in Serbia, it's Darko space Vika. So it is actually Darkovika. I'm the one pronouncing it wrong. I refuse to say it any other way, though. It's Darkovika. Screw all of you. Your language is wrong! No, I'm just kidding. So it is. So there's that. I found that out last night, and I was like, oh, it's an actual name that I've stolen from several people because I made it up when I was a kid. So that's funny. So anyways, yes, between Darkovika, which is apparently my stage name as well, between Darkovika and Bait, we have a split album coming out called Debate. I talked about this briefly. I have some footage that I'm editing together currently of us doing a sort of podcast thing where we all just sat together and talked together, and I have, we also have a second set of footage between us, between me and Bait, and also my boyfriend Josh, where we played Cards Against Humanity, and it was fucking amazing. I'm so excited to upload that, but anyways, you guys will see that. I have to edit everything still, and it's about 50 minutes of footage, and I've got 2 sets of camera footage to edit from. So that's exciting. I haven't even started that. But like, so there's a lot going on right now in my life that is really exciting, and it makes me super excited to have all of it. But it's like, sometimes I look at what I have on my plate, and it's just like, whoa, I need to take a minute. And it's like, where do I start? I mean, like, at this point, I've figured out how to just jump into everything. So, like, I know I can accomplish it. It's just scary, and it builds up a lot of stress because so many people are relying on you, and they have so much expectations on you, and it's just like, whoa, give me a minute. I need to breathe. Also, this Sunday, I would like to, in the morning, have a live... Oh, wait, this is coming out on Sunday. Okay, never mind. This is going to be a announcement in Saturday's video. No, I have to upload something today. Shoot! Today's Friday. Okay, I wanted to do a live stream on Sunday, which is today when this video comes out. So the live stream will have already happened. So I have to announce that today. Crap. To celebrate 1,900 subscribers, because that happened. It'll be a short live stream because I need to go straight from the live stream into Unreal Engine 4 so that I can work on blueprinting, and I need to get workable stuff. Yes. So just a lot going on right now that it's really amazing, and I'm super excited, and my channel is growing so phenomenally. So many amazing just compliments and confidence boosters that I've received lately that make me feel really steady, I guess. Not steady, but really just secure in my spot in life. And I have to catch myself sometimes and remind myself that I don't need to be completely in control. I'm kind of a control freak. I have OCD problems where if I don't feel in control, I don't know what's going on at all times, I freak out. And with my group, that's becoming really evident. Like, that's really the biggest layer behind the stress, is that I'm trying to be in control of everything, and I need to understand it's okay. Some things take a little bit of time. You're doing your hardest, you're working your hardest, and you're absolutely proud of everything that you've accomplished. You have to remember that you've accomplished a lot. And I have to keep telling myself this, because I am literally my worst critic. Like, when people tell you that, when people mention, oh, you're your worst critic, I'm like, you have no idea. I am so hard on myself. So hard on myself. Much harder on myself than other people are. Like, even my boss at my workplace. I forgot to mention, I also have a job. I teach preschools in the morning at music. I go to, like, several different preschools in the morning during the week, and on Fridays, every other Friday is just like the hardest Friday ever, because I will be gone until like 1 p.m. and then I get home and I have like less than 2 hours, but I get home by like 1:30, and I have less than 2 hours to work on stuff, and then I have work where I teach private lessons, and it's like Fridays are my worst day because I have 30 minutes lesson, 30 break, 30 minutes lesson, 30-minute break. And in those breaks, it's hard to get stuff done. You're sitting there and you're like trying to edit, or you're trying to work on Unreal Engine 4, and you're just like, all right, I just got into the flow of things and my next lesson's here. Great. So it's kind of not the greatest, and Fridays are supposed to be, like, I would love Fridays to be the best day. I wish I could get my students closer together, but it is what it is. So, not to mention Wednesdays are my worst days. Like, I wake up and I have a class. We go to a preschool at 9:15, 10:15, and 11:30. So I'm done by like 12:10, and I get home by like 12:30, and I have to head straight to school, where I go to school from 1 to 10 p.m. And it's just insane. Like, I get a little offended at this sometimes, but among my friends, they always tell me, you work way too hard. You're too hard of a worker. You need to slow down. You're taking too much on. And I know they don't mean it to be offensive, and I know they're trying to tell me that I do good. And sometimes people will just be like, wow, there's a term I'm looking for that people have called me. They're like, you put impossible standards on yourself, or you need to stop working so hard. And I hate it when people tell me that. I don't think it's a pet peeve. I think I just get offended, because it's like, excuse me, I don't tell you how to live your life. Or do you really look at me as if all I do is work? Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I guess there's a lot of insecurity behind it, because I don't see people a lot. And when I do see them, it's like, I just want to relax. I don't want to think about how hard I work. I don't want to look at all the responsibilities that I've taken on and have them in a negative light. So when I have friends that are like, hey, you take way too much on. You're doing this for no reason. It's unnecessary. And I'm like, why are you taking all of these achievements that I've accomplished and all of these things that make me so happy and putting them down in front of me? I know you're trying to take care of me, but really what I'd prefer is just your support and telling me that you're proud of me, or that you think I'm doing a fantastic job. That means more to me than telling me that I work too hard. Because I know, believe me, I know I work too hard. But I don't want to get rid of anything in my life. Most importantly, I don't want to get rid of my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel is literally just the shining thing in my life. I go to my YouTube channel and I read these wonderful comments, and they make my life so amazing, and you guys really take just a load of stress off my shoulders when you comment and when you like stuff, and when you really have like opinions about things. I love talking to you guys. Recording is like a moment where I just forget about everything else. So recording and editing is just so much fun, because I really just get to sit down and, like, doing blueprint stuff, coding stuff, programming stuff, sitting down and just working really puts my mind at ease. Accomplishing things, getting things done, it's just the greatest feeling for me. And that's what it really comes down to, and why I like to work. Because doing nothing, watching YouTube videos, it's great for about 15 minutes. And then after that, I start to tense up. I can feel my shoulders doing this. It's like, all right, I need to get off of this and go work. And I know a lot of people say that that's like a psychosis. It's like a thing that you've set yourself in that you don't need. And I'm like, well, screw off. I'm happy. Happier than I've been in a long time, actually. I've just been so buoyant lately. My poor boyfriend has just taken on a second job, too. So we're both just like knee deep in stress. and not to mention he's still waiting for like information back from the police academy because he's trying to become a police officer. So it's just hard on both of us, really. So that's everything that's going on, and thank you for making it this far if you have. I absolutely appreciate having you guys listen to my problems if you have. I don't know if you have. If you stayed the whole video, post potato in the comments. Potato's a thing. Like in live streams when I'm testing, like, the delay in the video between what I'm recording and when people post, and I start counting, or I watch the clock, I'm like, post potato when you hear this, and then, like, 13 seconds later, people start commenting potato in the chat. It's how I test the lag. Now it's a thing in the channel, too. If you made it to the end of the video, post potato! So there you go. I think that's everything. Again, I'm not complaining about any of these opportunities in my life. I am so happy, and I feel so lucky and blessed and loved and respected, and just having that respect is the greatest feeling in the world. And I know failure is sometimes unavoidable, especially when you work as hard as I do and other people. You will fail. I failed this morning, Friday morning, and it's hard. Especially when you work so hard and you have so much writing on so many things. When you fail, hits you like a train. I get super emotional when I fail, and it's hard to fail. I hate failure. I hate failing people, feeling like I've failed you. That I kick myself so hard, and I have people look at me, Monica, calm down. It's okay to fail. You're fine. You're human. And I'm like, I know, just let me wallow for a second, and then I will be fine. I will remember that it's okay to fail. Right, Sherbert? Right! I have such obnoxious voices for Sherbert. He's just like, ah! But it's a wonderful thing, and I absolutely love everything that's going on in my life right now. But, you know, sometimes it's nice to just talk about it. Ah, I feel so good. I really feel like I let off a lot of steam. It's nice to just talk. Sometimes I don't even feel like I should upload these when I really just talk. It's a 47-minute video, but I really needed it, and I'm glad. It's sort of like a podcast thing, I guess. I could upload this as a podcast about my life. So post below, first of all, potato. Second of all, post below your life stories, what's going on in your lives, what's going on romantically, not romantically. I mean, funnily enough, of all the things in my life, the least stressful thing is my relationship. Josh is just amazing. Everybody go say you love Josh, because he literally is the least stressful thing in my life. He's the most understanding person ever, and he really understands how hard I'm working, and every day he tells me he's so proud of me and he's so proud of the work I've achieved, and I'm just so lucky to have him. Just so lucky to have such an amazing boyfriend. Like, the hardest part of this industry is having your teachers tell you that divorce rating is really high in the video game industry because of how hard everyone works. And I was super scared to hear that, but at the same time really happy to hear that, because it prepares you just in case. I'm one of those people who likes to know all of my options. Again, I'm a control freak. Bless Josh for handling that the way he does. He puts up with a lot, but he really breaks those walls, and he really reminds me that it's okay to be human. It's okay to not be in control. So he's my levelizer. He keeps me leveled. He keeps me from freaking myself out, and I really appreciate that about him. He has no idea how level-headed he keeps me and how unstressed he keeps me. But he supports everything I do, and having someone like that in your life is just amazing. To be weird and be a hard worker and have someone accept you and not tell you how to live your life and not tell you, hey, you need to stop doing this. Hey, you need to not do that. Hey, you're not giving me enough attention. Hey. He doesn't do that. He absolutely is super supportive, and he's so sweet. And even when he is like, I miss you, it's adorable, and it's not super demanding, and he's super understanding, and I'm so grateful for that on so many levels. Ugh, I'm spent. Need some more Rockstar. Delicious. Super delightful, super good for you. Alright, guys. I'm gonna let you go. This video is now almost 50 minutes long. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Everybody say goodbye to Sherbert. Bye, Sherbert! Everybody post potato! And I will see you all in the next video. See you later. I love you all. Thank you for making it this far if you have. And I will talk to you later. Bye!